The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Everybody's been so clammed up, and I must say that the discussion even of what is a natural born citizen, because Article 2, Section 1, Clause 5 of the U.S. Constitution says no person except a natural born citizen, and you know the rest. No one's even permitted this. It's only been very recently that Fox News started to discuss this, because there was speculation, and there still is, that Senator Ted Cruz is going to throw his hat in the ring for president for 2016.
He's not eligible.
Yes. Now, what?
I don't think he meets. I don't think Ted Cruz meets the definition.
And why? What do you see as the definition of natural-born citizen?
Well, I am primarily British. Well, I am a British constitutional lawyer. So any statement I make on the American Constitution has to be qualified.
Okay.
This is essentially a matter for American constitutional lawyers. However, as a constitutional lawyer and a comparative lawyer, and someone used as a judge to deciding cross-border issues and international treaty matters, my view is that the president has to be born in an American state, has to be a U.S. citizen at birth, and has to have at least one U.S. citizen parent. The parent does not necessarily have to be natural born. The parent can be naturalized, but I think there has to be jus sanguini and jus soli. There has to be citizenship by descent and birth. At least one parent, in my view, has to be themselves a U.S. citizen at the time of birth. And the president has to be an American citizen from birth, cannot be naturalized, and cannot have two foreign parents. And I don't think you can, frankly, relax the requirement much more than that. It is certainly arguable that the founding fathers intended that both parents be U.S. citizens, and intended that both parents actually be born in the United States as well. I think the founding fathers intended a quite restrictive definition. And the Supreme Court are famous for relaxing the requirements of the U.S. Constitution. Some of the liberal judges on the Supreme Court don't see themselves as judges at all, but politicians, and they tend to equate themselves with the founding fathers and tend to think that they can do a better job than the founding fathers, who are rubbish, and they tend to rewrite the Constitution to end up with constitutional rights to abortion. And George Washington would have fallen over and said, "You've just granted American women the right to abort their babies."
Sure.
I think George Washington would have said, "Oh, I think if that's the situation, we might just cut a deal with the British now."
Yes, indeed.
I can't believe George Washington thought he was signing a document that was giving mothers the right to abort their kiddies. The Supreme Court are famous or infamous for rewriting the American Constitution, but I don't think you can water down the requirement beyond born in the United States to at least one U.S. citizen parent. Now, I'm not saying I'm an expert on the Cruz situation, but I know the issue has come up, and I have certainly suggested to a senior figure of the Republican Party that Ted Cruz is out. He's clearly ideal cabinet material. He is a U.S. citizen. He certainly qualifies as a member of the cabinet. I think he would add to a Republican cabinet. I've no doubt about that. His man is very able. But, in my view, he cannot be the president or the vice president.
I see.
Let me I'm saying the same. I don't know. I think there was a question there. I said the same in 2008 of Senator McCain. I opened up to McCain's people and I said, look, Obama's got a problem. I think you boys have got a problem too, because I'm not buying this nonsense about I was born in Coco Solo Marine Corps Air Station. Boston wasn't built till 4 years later. Senator McCain, in my opinion, was born in downtown Colon, Panama. Well, that does not qualify him to be President of the United States. And notice that although McCain is white, Senator McCain is white and a Republican, Senator Obama is black and a Democrat, and my advice was the same. It was unaffected. Race and politics didn't enter into it. If you allow prejudice, I don't know, prejudice. If you allow prejudice to affect your judgment is, by definition, flawed, because it's based on irrational considerations. It would be irrational to base a judgment on President Obama's race or his politics. I don't think, as firmly of the view that Senator McCain was not eligible to be president as I am firmly of the view that President Obama wasn't.
I see.
Barry Goldwater was a friend of a friend. Barry Goldwater was a very fine man who should have been president in '64. Johnson had got himself mixed up in the Kennedy assassination and was a man of very dubious records indeed. But Barry Goldwater, wonderful man though he was, with very sound, sensible, conservative views, who I would love to have seen as president in '64, I don't accept that Senator Goldwater was eligible to run. His problem was that he was born in Arizona Territory before it became a state. And if Senator Goldwater was eligible to be president, then so was anybody born in Puerto Rico, frankly.
I see.
I'm not convinced that much nice place though it is, I'm not convinced that you can be president of the United States by reason of birth in Puerto Rico.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.